Alright, BDGA. And this thing looks like it's from up north. Everything's all rusted. So some of this may be interesting to get off. $10mm on all this. This one here uses a cooler warmer that bolts to the top here. We're gonna get rid of that, and we're gonna put an auxiliary cooler on here. Boy, I love these up north cars. Alright. Not gonna want to come off. Well, I have to find some way to clean all that up. This is the ground for the sensors down here, so it's all corroded to crap. Boy. Everything breaking. 17 millimeters on the banjo bolts for this lube pipe. Mark my pressure sensors. They come in different colors, stepped and non-stepped. I mark my speed sensors even though they're the same, so I know which one came out from where in case I got a code. And I even mark these so I know these were in top and these are on the bottom. Getting some of this out's gonna be a trick without breaking it because it's all corroded. This filler tube's probably gonna break trying to get it out of there. Oh, it's gonna be a chore. There's a filter inside of here. The ones that have this cooler warmer on top generally have a push-in type filter that goes here. The other ones will have a screw in. And there's a spring up inside of here. Usually this is all melted. Let's see if we can get any of this out of here. Get that off. This one will come off. There's a little screen behind here. Go ahead and get our pressure sensors off. I'm going to have to get that filler tube out to get this bolt out. Well, surprisingly, it's coming out. You just never know. This case is going to take a whole lot of prep work. Probably going to take 2 to 3 times the amount of time it normally takes to rebuild this thing. This thing is being tough all the way out. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and get what case bolts I can out. $14mm on the bolts here. This is another ground point, so we're gonna have to make sure this is nice and cleaned up. Ah, come on. Alright, get this flipped up on its end. Oh, come on now. Alright, see if we can get this temp sensor out without breaking it. This is turning. There we go. And the back cover here, there's a accumulator. Let's get a scrab and pop the snap ring out. Spring and the accumulator. I just leave my pipes in for right now. If they sell this thing, I'll worry about getting all my sensors out. So our pin for our park. There's an actuator, spring, and pivot pin. $12mm here. You bend this tab up. Camera's kind of right in my way. Yeah, let me get a smaller one. Pull it all the way to manual low. Here's our bolt and our actuator goes that way. And there's a spring on top of the pin that goes in here. Inch and 5/16. This is right-handed. The rest are left-handed. There's a washer under each one. The dish goes down. Now if you can't hit this straight without screwing up the threads, I suggest you put something there to protect the threads. What's up?
What is up? Working on transmissions and shit?
Yeah, just a little bit.
Making a video?
Yeah. Trying to. This thing's so damn rusted. It's from up north. Alright, see if we can keep from getting interrupted this time. There we go. And you can either pull this off with pullers, or you can do what I just did. If you happen to chip one of these teeth right down here, it's no big deal at all. Just take you a Scotch-Brite pad on your die grinder and just buff that off until it's smooth. And you can chip a tooth almost all the way up to here, and you'll be fine. much use zip ties to zip all this stuff together. Just makes it quicker for me. And I've been using these zip ties, these same ones, for probably, I don't know, at least 10 years now, maybe longer. Pull that off. Here's the pin, washer, 2 cage bearings in here. Pull your reverse idler back off to the side. And then we're going to get in here on these 2 spots right here and pop the case up. Your dowel pins out of the case. Here's our reverse idler. Sometimes you get tubes that stick into the case up here. Just pull them back out, put them back where they belong. There. Alright, where's my other one? Oh, fell down here. Alright, got a washer that usually sticks on there. These center case bearings are bad about wearing. Here's the other washer that goes on a reverse idler. You can buy the case halves repaired. This one seems to be okay. Bend our tab out. $10mm. Here's our bolt. Reverse idler. Our reverse gear. Cage bearing. This slider goes with this up. Going to be difficult. Everything on this is going to be difficult. This side goes up. Our gear, make sure these teeth are in good shape on both gears and that your teeth are good on your slider. Very rare on this unit that is eat up, but I have seen it. Got the washer, bearing, sleeve, flat washer, 2 cage bearings. And this bearing here, it tends to be the one that eats up. And when it does, it eats up that bearing in the back of the case. We got 2 cage bearings, a flat bearing, and our washer. Main shaft. Flat bearing, cage bearing, flat bearing, washer. Usually this stuff's in good shape. Haven't had one that was bad yet. Now this sprag right here, see how it just keeps freewheeling? That sprag's bad. It might be good enough to work somewhat, but a lot of times when you pull up to a stop, it's going to be in neutral. Or it might kind of slip bang into gear as you come to a stop. Keep my half moon keepers off to the side. They tend to fly away. You got a washer and a bearing, 2 caged bearings, another flat bearing. Then drive this hub off. This gear come out. Make sure where that sprag rides, it didn't eat this up right here. So we're going to mark our sprag, turning clockwise, locking counterclockwise. Pull the snap ring out. Just get a punch and knock your bearing out. Let me get over here to hold him. Alright, here's our bearing. Some of these have a lip on it like this one does. The lip faces down if it has it. There's 2 ways to go about fixing this. You can put a factory style sprag in it. You're going to put this washer in no matter what. If you put the factory style in, you're going to need to put that back in. If you put the early 700 forward sprag in here to fix this, you're going to take that washer and throw it away. Here's our other race. You can just leave this together. Just make sure none of the teeth are chewed up. Pull your differential out. Make sure your bearings are okay. Make sure your spiders are okay. These are usually fine. Alright, take all this off, set it to the side. main thing we're concerned with is this main valve body down here. And let's see, take this one off. And we got 3 12s. And on that go. We want to look at the back side of this, where the pump gears are at. Right in here. That's where it likes to eat up. This one's okay. Plunger and spring are 2 pump gears. The small one, the line faces down. We'll worry about taking the shift solenoids off if we sell this thing, which I'm sure we will. I just don't need to spend the time in doing that right now. This crane. We'll take the drums apart. I'll just leave my clutches together. The snap rings that hold all this together I'll put with each set, so it just makes it quicker. Zip tie all this together. Now this one here, since both sides look the same, I mark one side of it. Looks like we're going to need steels for this one. Pressure plates, salvageable. likes to burn up quite a bit. They make all the parts for it now. They didn't used to. You used to have to try to come up with your own stuff as far as spring and snap ringer wise. They didn't used to sell it, but now they do. There's a 20 tooth and a 24 and 22, or 20 and 24. I can't remember now. It's been a while. So just be sure and count your teeth. Let me go write this one up. The back. Mine's a 20 tooth. Alright, this is what we got for right now. Until we try to get them solenoids out of there. Hopefully I can get them all out. LS kit, internal filter, external filters, push in. The early 700 sprag. I always just call it the overdrive sprag. It's actually the input sprag. Forward sprag. I guess I should go look that up, but that's what I tell them and they always send it. The Sonex valve body plug kits, I'm going to get 2 of those. The third steels, 20 teeth, 5 of them. Fifth steels, 4 of them. The cooler kit and auxiliary cooler we're going to put on the front there, and we'll get this one sold. Oh, my torque converter code is RGL. We'll get this one sold and we'll be back when it's sold.